Hello guys, Bingocat here. So today I just want to talk about Macs. So Apple, for some reason, the last few years seems to be neglecting their almost entire computer lineup, and no one really knows why. So Apple in late 2013 released a computer called the Mac Pro, the updated Mac Pro, or as I like to call it, the trash can Mac, because it looks like a trash can. And here we are in 2017, and Apple still hasn't updated the Mac Pro. It's been over 3 years, and Apple's still charging the original price they're charging for the updated Mac Pro. 3 years, exact same components. It's also still running DDR3 RAM. The video cards that it's running still only have 4 gigabytes of graphics memory. It has Thunderbolt 2, it doesn't have Thunderbolt 3, it has Thunderbolt 2, it has USB 3, it doesn't have USB 3.1, it doesn't have USB Type-C. Apple hasn't updated it. And the thing is, it's just not the Mac Pro that has this problem. So, the last time the Mac Mini got an update, 2014, what is it right now? 2017. The iMac, which is, Apple's all-in-one desktop Mac computer, hasn't been updated since 2015. The MacBook Air hasn't been updated since 2015. So Apple seemed to at least partially come to their senses last year and give us a MacBook Pro update. And I think the main reason they updated the MacBook Pro line is because it's... I don't have the numbers for this, but MacBook Pro seems like it's one of the more popular Apple computers. And Apple has also updated its regular MacBook lineup, which for some reason the regular MacBook has replaced the MacBook Air as the thinnest laptop that Apple sells. So my question is, why is Apple seemingly neglecting their computer lineup? Is it because of small performance increases that it just doesn't make the Mac worth updating? Because to me, on paper at least, newer versions of, especially the graphics since 3 years ago has been updated so much, both integrated and dedicated GPUs, that it makes it seem like the computer is definitely worth updating. Like the all-in-one iMac with its 5K display, it could benefit from newer graphical technology, so why Apple doesn't update it is a mystery to me. Now, my theory of why Apple doesn't seem to be updating their computer lineup is because Apple is mainly focused on selling iPhones or iOS devices. iPhones is probably Apple's most profitable item that Apple sells, so it would make sense why Apple would put most of their resources to focusing on the iPhone. But here's the thing. Back when Apple was in charge by... Well, I guess back when Apple was being led by Steve Jobs instead of Tim Cook, Apple, even with their less profitable items, Apple seemed to, at least annually for the most part, update all of their products. Like they would update their iPods, their Macs, sometimes more than one time a year. Like back in 2009, their Mac lineup was updated twice. And nowadays, Apple just seems to have a pretty random update schedule, because I'd say most of their products, for the most part, don't have a consistent update schedule anymore, which I don't understand, because the technology is still advancing at a fairly fast rate. You'd think Apple would want to put the latest and greatest processors and technologies like that in their items, but they don't. And yes, I know that their computer lineup, like their desktop and laptop, isn't as profitable as their iPhone lineup or probably even their iPad lineup, but that's no reason to neglect their lineup. Because you see, here's the thing, Apple, if you guys keep neglecting your computer lineup, eventually people won't buy your computers. They'll just go elsewhere. Like I read about it online all the time. Like some people who thought about buying the latest MacBook Pro from you guys aren't going to do so anymore. Instead, they're going to go pick up a Microsoft Surface Book or a Dell XPS. Here's another theory I have. I think even though Apple does have a good reputable, fan base of people who are interested in Apple's laptops or desktops for workstation needs, you know, like video editing, developing, things like that. I think Apple seems to think that by appealing to the more common market, aka your moms and your dads and your people just don't know much about computers, people, I guess, well, Apple will make more money that way. And as sad as it is for people like me who like, you know, raw power, raw performance in their computers because they want to use their computers for more resource intensive applications, and like the overall feel of macOS, it's pretty sad how Apple seems to be neglecting their fan base who like Apple for their solid workstation offerings when Apple actually does come out with updated computers. And so yeah, it's pretty sad to see Apple neglecting their high-end computer market, because I have no hopes that Apple's gonna reveal any updated Macs this year except maybe their regular MacBook and their MacBook Pro. I think that maybe it's time, if you're looking to Apple for any high-end computing needs, it's time to look somewhere else. Unfortunately, I don't have high hopes in Apple anymore, and I still don't understand completely why. Is it because of Tim Cook's leadership style instead of Steve Jobs? I don't know, but I think Apple's just trying to appeal to the more, I guess, common audience. Basically, people will give them the most money. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out my social media links in the description down below. And as always, I thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.